Hey photographers, welcome to part 3 of the Land a Client series. I put together this video series because so many people struggle to land clients, and at its core, it is a very simple process, but we have to strip away all of these things that internet gurus are telling us to do, all of these things that we read online, and just make it simple and easy on ourselves to land a client. Now, I hope that you find this video super helpful, and if you've been enjoying this, please like this video, subscribe to the channel as I'm going to be releasing more and more content. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive on in. All right, let's start talking about different outreach ideas. So maybe email is not your thing. Maybe you're interested in trying something else out. The truth of marketing is that all of it can work, but we need to be doing it consistently and we need to use the approach correctly, and it needs to fit our audience and what we do. Marketing's just a way of getting out there so people see you. When you approach it from that mindset, it all becomes so much easier. Take this time to get to know the people you're marketing towards. Make a real connection. That's when a sale is going to take place. So take time here and you'll do so much better. This is why so many internet gurus can be deceiving, right? They're able to make a lot of sales with their latest marketing tactic. They sell everybody on it, but it doesn't seem to work for anybody else. Why do you think this is? They already have an audience. They already have people that they've made connections with. So now they're just in the make an offer phase. If you skip the make a connection phase and you go straight to make an offer, it's not going to work. Connections need to be established from the start. Everything is easier when you have a connection. Focus on real connections and you'll start making sales. So let's go ahead and talk about a few marketing strategies that you can use other than what we talked about in our previous video of doing email outreach. Now, before we do that, there's roughly 16 channels of marketing traction. The main one that I teach is SEO. SEO is where people find you through Google. It's a longer term strategy, but it's something you should always be working on in the background to turn your site into a machine that attracts people to you, because it makes the whole process so much easier. But we need to focus on some of these other strategies first, or simultaneously, to land clients now. All of these strategies out there can work for your business. Here's a chart I found that just had a ton of different strategies. But it's all going to depend on what stage of business you're in. Some strategies work well way down the line. Some strategies work well at the start. Talking to people at the start is what works best. And down the line, talking to people still always works the best of just about any strategy there is. If you're still new to your photo business, or you're not really making a good living with it yet, you likely don't want to spend all your time trying to build a following on social media. Yet this is where most people head. It's tiring. It requires so much attention, tons of new content. You become a content marketing machine, and it just doesn't feel that rewarding unless people are actually liking and clicking. And there's a problem with that being a reward too, which is a whole different world that we could talk about for days. But that's not the approach that I would recommend you take when you're starting out. Plus, doing it all organically without ads is going to be much harder. Now, building a following on social media is something that I call future money. SEO is similar to this. It's not going to make you money right away, but it's going to start making you money down the line, and it's going to stabilize your business. Future money is where you're building an asset. You're developing a community or a group of people or a way for people to find you consistently that leads to more business in the future. But what we're after with this training and these trainings is now money. We want to make money now because that's how we stay in business and how we keep things going. So we need to focus on marketing that can convert to sales quickly. Money that keeps us going, well, we also focus on a future strategy. And I say a future strategy because if you take on 3 or 4, you're going to be overwhelmed and you're going to burn out quick. These future strategies will take your business to all new heights and make it so much more sustainable in the future, but we have to make money now to be able to get to that future. So here's a few solid approaches that connect with yesterday's strategies. These ones can help you land business now, and there's a common thread with all of these. We're connecting with others, and we're offering our services. That's all marketing is. And when I tell you these, they aren't going to be like, oh my gosh, I had no idea, I never knew that existed, because they're things like this. Social media. But not the way you're thinking. DMing. So if you have a bunch of friends and family on social media, start reaching out to people with direct messages. Simple. It's the same as the approach we did for emailing. We're reaching out to people and we're talking to them. But it works even faster. We see the replies in real time. And it puts us even more at the top of people's minds because we're right there having a conversation with them. So I think this is a deeper engagement than email. Because email, yes, you take time and thought to put into your message, but it might be a day or two that goes by. Maybe somebody marks it as unread in their inbox for 3 weeks and then they finally get back to you. But DM, people generally reply. If you have a social account, most of us do, then you probably have a list of friends there and you can get going with this conversational approach. You likely already have friends on social media where you aren't friends with them on your email list or in other places. So it's another opportunity to connect with more people. You can outreach any of your contacts on social media with DMs to ask them for referrals or let them know what you're doing. But you may have to warm them up a little first, like have a conversation. Don't go straight to the ask. If it's people you haven't seen or talked to in years, you're going to genuinely want to connect with them and have a conversation. Now, if these are people you talk to all the time, like daily, then go ahead and get to the point quickly. They aren't going to be upset. Otherwise, reach out and open that line of communication. They're likely going to ask at some point, what have you been up to lately? Or what are you doing lately? I'm sure you know that this happens at just about every Halloween party, birthday party, everything. People ask this question. What have you been up to lately? This is a very natural point to say that I'm doing this niche specific photography. I am a senior portrait photographer now. And hey, which speaking of, do you know anyone who could use that work? We're not going to discredit any leads at this point either because we need all the work we can get, right? So don't look at someone's profile and say, oh, they're not going to be any good about this. They might be a perfect person that's going to make great introductions to you and they might be really thankful you reached out. Next approach, another one that is just so obvious but people don't take. Reach out over the phone. I know it's scary. And then take that even a step further if you're feeling really crazy and ask them to lunch or coffee. This is a great opportunity in general just to connect with old friends. Find out what's going on in their lives. And although you had this initial purpose of reaching out to them with the intent like, hey, I want to see if they can get me referrals, it's just great to connect with old friends. And so who cares what the trigger is? This is a great reminder to reach out to your old friends and start talking to them again. I'd suggest not to be salesy with your services here. Mention it naturally when the time presents itself. Be very natural about this. And there isn't a science to this. Everybody's different. Everybody reacts differently. There's plenty of people on the internet claiming to have cracked the code for sales. I don't personally buy into that. Maybe they cracked it for one specific niche at a specific time with a specific audience. It doesn't work for everybody. There's no code. This is about being a good person. We're connecting with people. That's what at the core of this. Yes, we're trying to grow our business, but we're also connecting with people again. We're letting them know what we're up to. Maybe we'll end up with a bunch of really fun plans with friends because of this. And isn't that a great benefit? What I want you to do is not overthink this. So I guess what I want you not to do is overthink this. The more time you spend thinking about this, the more likely you're going to be able to talk yourself out of it. I know because I do this all the time. If you're hesitant at all, right now, you're hesitant, exit this lesson or pause this video, jump over to another tab and send a DM. Give it a try. Send 5 DMs to people and just say, hey, how's it going? Or, hey, what have you been up to lately? I haven't talked to you in a while. See how it works. See how beneficial the approach is. It's great for your social life and great for your business. It's easy to talk ourselves out of doing things, but taking action is where we change our lives and grow our businesses. We have to take action. And when we go to the things that feel uncomfortable, this is going to feel uncomfortable, that's where we grow. When it's a little uncomfortable, it's probably a sign that you're taking steps towards making things happen. Now, if you wait on this and you don't do anything, then nothing's going to happen. So that's why I'm just hammering this in. Get after it. The worst thing that can happen is that someone is slightly annoyed that you hadn't asked. A week from now, they won't even remember it. If you're not pushing the ask and you bring it up casually, that's probably not even going to happen. You're giving others the opportunity to help you out in a good way. People love helping each other. You're not asking for handouts or freebies, just help growing your business. And we all love to help. You can probably even help them with an ask they have as well, if you would like to. So your homework after this, outreach 10 people via DM or over the phone, not the ones you already outreach via email. If you watch the last video, outreach 10 new people via DM or over the phone and see where it goes. I guarantee you'll be able to land a client if you take this approach for a while. If you work on this, you will land a client very quickly, but you got to get after it. You have to take action or it's not going to happen. All right, now if you've enjoyed this video, please comment below. Let me know what you've learned. Share any wins you have. Like the video and also subscribe to the channel as I'm going to be releasing more and more content to help you grow your business.